Link down, or maybe several links down below, but I've seen through Coughlin that StraightDope has made a video about TJ's idea to make yet another free speech website. And, it's just very frustrating. I feel that TJ doesn't get it. He pulled the old, well, just support me or don't, but don't lie, don't. Well, you're sucking up resources, TJ, and you give the story about why it all makes sense that free speech vids didn't work, but oh, you got an SQL injection and then GoDaddy wouldn't solve it for you. Maybe you need someone in your little sphere there that knows how to run numbers, know how much something will cost, know something about computer security. You guys don't know anything about the software you're installing. You can't run a business that way. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. And if you're going to fall back to just being an aggregator and an indexer, well, Fred's showing you can do that, for free, right? So that money is supposed to go to the necessary expertise, not just go towards motivating someone, to keep trying or go to the next level. Now, TJ's right. I think that there is a market, and I think he might be right that you have to select the content. On the other hand, there's no way that's going to work for him. I mean, if he has to select who's of value, then he's right. Free Speech Vids will not be the right name for his new site, so that's why he had to change it. It's going to be TJ Vision, and we can all fit TJ's idea of entertainment. Woohoo, that's what we're looking for, not me. So, it's a drain on these resources of people that just want this site. They don't want money off of their investment. They just want this site, and he's not going to do it because it's like the blind leading the blind. He has no idea what is involved, right? And for my part, these as useful as it is to have free, open source software like ClipBucket, I mean, I don't want a 5-year-old clone of YouTube. That's not what I think is missing. And to me, it's not just somebody else running it besides YouTube. I mean, if you run it besides YouTube and people love it just because it's not YouTube, then you're going to have a huge number of people going there. And then what are you going to do? You don't think you're going to have to pander to your advertisers or whatever your business model? So this is why I want to do this idea as a co-op owned by the people doing it, basically, from the start. I've talked to Gary. Evidently Gary has funds and is willing to fund more than his fair share. The problem is, if we need around $5,000 to start a site that could, handle 100 people and all of their audience, then, I don't want one person with $5,000 or even 2 people with $2,500. We could go that way, but we would have to make sure we're going to get to the more ideal situation, which what we'd want to do is we'd want to run a fundraiser. We'd want to get 100 people with $50 each. Right? And also, this advertising basis, that's never going to work. If you are popular and making money because you are streaming stuff and you make your money off of advertisers, they will have an impact. It's the laws of physics. So you have to be member supported, and I think this price point that I figured out, unlike the Amazing Atheist, actually can run these numbers and understand things like, oh, somebody's going to have to clean the site if it gets hacked. I mean, that's ridiculous. But anyway, and I'm hoping you could have such a site on $1 a day. Advertising could happen on other sites that embed our videos. So there would be a video site where the videos are stored in a very basic, like ClipBucket kind of interface, but other people that might want to do extra things, that might want to, take on the risks of being advertiser funded or some other business model, could do that. I think we're at the stage, and I was talking to Gary and Stickum, of figuring out, well, we all love this idea of a free speech website. What's the actual constitution? Let's call it the constitution. What's the constitution of this organization? What are the rules? What are we guaranteeing? What are your responsibilities? We thought we'd do some videos in mine. We're going to be in the form of like 5 rights you get and 5 responsibilities. But just to kind of pool those together, because then maybe we could take it to the step where we try to collect money for something that isn't just going to go into the coffers of some guy starting the effort, but will actually go into the co-op that the people have begun and be spent on, equipment, bandwidth, things you actually need, done with an expertise where, you know, you can calculate. How could, it's like people believe, just have faith in celebrities is just nonsense. It's like they trust TJ because do computer, something difficult, high bandwidth, high performance website, because he's a celebrity, they know him. Yeah, it's like, that's not enough. You know, this is facts play a role in here, and you need people that can make calculations and figure out what's going on and have some predictive power in the industry that they're trying to innovate. So anyway, yeah, it's just a waste.